Here we go. I'm recording. Woohoo!
Okay, good
Okay.
deal. Well,
I'm,
Jen, thank you so much for having me on. Of course, I'm Bart Ratliff. I'm kind of the system administrator for Appreciation Pal. I've been working with Cody and Super Dave and the entire team for almost a year and a half now, and it's been an extremely long project. We just launched in November. In a nutshell, guys, Appreciation Pal. It's really a very high end contact, a CRM that allows you to it's just a really great tool to help you build your send out cards business by tracking the people you talk to. And it's there's two things, really three things that you really need to focus on to maximize send out cards, to maximize appreciation cards with the, excuse me, appreciation pal with your send out cards
Hi,
business.
baby.
And the number one thing, hello, Greg Briers. I just did our big email we did was all about you, but as long as you can add one or two contacts a day, 3 to 4 days a week to your Appreciation Pal account, that's first name, last name, their email address, and if you have it, their cell phone, and share a campaign with them. It's an email that says, hey, it's an email on downloading the Send Out Cards app. It's an email on sharing the Send Out Cards overview. It's the brand new 3.5-minute video, or it's sharing the Relationship Marketing Weekly. We have a branded marketing page that has your name, it has your contact info. If they click sign up now, they sign up under you. But it's just a really simple, and it's an activity builder, but it helps you track the people. So when you send an email to this insurance agent you just talked to about Relationship Marketing Weekly, you know if they opened the email, you know if they clicked any links, and you know how much time they spent on that site. So in other words, it helps you find out the people that you want to follow up with. So I mean, it really does help track activity. So the more activity they do, it actually notifies you when they start having a lot of activity. So the number one thing, just add one or two contacts a day, 3 to 4 days a week. We have an incredible branded blog that's branded with your name and your telephone number. A lot of great content that you can share on your social media once per week. And then we have a newsletter that we create for all of our users. Now, this is a newsletter. It's called the Relationship Marketing Weekly Newsletter. That is tips and case studies on business owners and professionals on how they succeed in their business, leveraging a relationship marketing strategy. And you send that out to your contacts once a week. So there is some really cool, high-end, fancy technology marketing stuff that you can get into if you're into that. But as long as you add those one or two contacts a day, 3 to 4 days a week, right there, you're gonna create a massive pipeline for yourself, and you're gonna know who's interested or who's hot and who's not. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen cam. Hopefully that kind of set up what Relationship Marketing Weekly is. And I'm just going to open my my contact manager. By the way, guys, we have a Facebook group, and I'll be happy to add that at the link within our chat here. Y'all seeing my screen okay, Kim?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Let me click out of all this stuff. Okay. I don't know why it's not going here. And I'm just going to show you the group real quick. Is this group, we actually do a Facebook Live every Thursday at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. And I do a simple overview, and really I like to highlight what content we're going to feature in this week's newsletter. It's available for you to send out to all your contacts. You can easily import all your contacts from your Send Out Cards Revolution, or you just simply add people every single day. That's all you have to do. So I was going to show you the group here, but this is actually my back office. Now, look, we have a really thorough getting started video. It's about 20 minutes long. This is the first thing you want to do. And if you aren't in the Facebook group, just actually ask to join. And Kim or myself will put the link in there. But what I recommend you doing, watching that getting started video. In 20 minutes, you'll know if the system's for you or not. But like I said, we're just focused on a couple activities. Adding one or two contacts a day, and add them to a campaign that's pre-written for you that introduces them to the Send Out Cards app or the Relationship Marketing Weekly. So all you would do is simply click, you see your contacts over here. Then you have your marketing pages. You have 4 primary marketing pages, and there's one that really the only one that I use. This one right here. It's called the Send Out Cards Overview. So it's just a simple URL, and then you have your little system identifier right here. So if you just click on it, this is the link that you would send to somebody so they could see a 3-minute video on the power of Send Out Cards. So this is going to automatically start. So they watch this video. That's step 1. Step 2, by the way, this button does not pop up until 2 minutes into the presentation. They simply click that button, and then it's going to take them, select the platform to use for creating your card. What is this? It gets them to try the system. So they can either download the app, or they can create a gift account by going to their desktop browser. So that's what this page does right there. Then, of course, you have one that you can share where they can watch a 1-minute video and they can download the app. This is all coded. It's all linked within your Send Out Cards, with that Send Out Cards corporate. You have the Relationship Marketing Weekly, which we had a really awesome guy a couple months ago named Greg Briers. He was on there. And then, of course, your Promptings Academy. And this is your blog I was telling you about. This is a blog. We have about 60 articles that you can share with your coded link. And when people click on it, it takes them right to your blog. It actually has your name and has your telephone number. And anywhere they click, it all leads back to you. So that's kind of the overview on the marketing pages. Now, to keep it really simple, I'm going to show you how to add a contact and how to add them on a campaign. So you just met a contact. He said, wow, he's an insurance agent, he's a real estate agent. He really wants to learn more about this relationship marketing. You know, he's heard all about it. So you'd simply do this. You would simply add their first name. By the way, you can do this on your mobile device or on your desktop. So you would just put your name, your email address. Now I would add them as a contact, as a prospect. Then I might go ahead and add them their cell phone number because you want to be able to follow up with them. If you don't have their cell phone number, that's okay. And then you just click Add Contact. And what that's going to do, that's going to verify that it's a real email address. Okay, so we have a lot of this, a really high-end system. And then over to your left is you're going to choose a campaign. We have a Reconnect campaign that's perfect. If you import all your SOC customers, you send them this email right here. You see where it says bulk or individual? You can actually add an individual contest, or you can send them to a group. We have an online nice to meet you, a lifestyle nice to meet you. Then here's a nice email. I added this in there. We kind of tweaked a little bit. If you just met somebody and say, hey, I'd love for you to check out my new blog. Would you be open to me sending you a link to it? And then once a week, I send out a newsletter that has some great tips and case studies on relationship marketing. You would add them to that. Now here's the campaign where you would share your Send Out Cards overview video. We have one for the Relationship Marketing Weekly, your marketing page. And this is one for another one you can send out to your Send Out Cards customer. It's hey, it's great to say thank you for being a Send Out Cards customer. I thought I'd send you my new blog that gives you all kind of tips and how-tos on relationship marketing. If you have any questions, be sure and give me a call. Are you trying to sell them? No. Are you trying to pitch them? No. You are providing them content to serve their needs as a Send Out Cards customer. Then we have the Share SOC app, and here's the new one, the Share Relationship Marketing Newsletter with a thank you. Now, guys, all you would have to do is choose what campaign you want to send, and then you would simply click Send, and then click Add. And that's all you would do right there. And if you ever want to see what the campaigns say, by the way, I cover all this in that 20-minute video I just told you about. You simply click on Preview Campaigns. So if you want to see what's in that Share Relationship Marketing Weekly newsletter, you just click Open, and then you click Open again. Then you see where it says View Email? You click on that. And here's what it's going to say. It's going to tell you exactly what the email says. It says, Bart, great connecting with you. The newsletter I send out every week includes marketing tips, articles, and industry-specific case studies on relationship marketing. Then it says the case studies features professionals and business owners on how they leverage relationship marketing in their business to build relationships, create loyalty, and generate referrals. That's it. Feel free to call and text me. You see, it automatically populates your telephone number, your name, and if you have any questions or want to gain insight on how to leverage a relationship marketing strategy in your business. Oh, call or text me. Okay, you see how this says that. Anyway, all this is pre-written, and then you have your personal Facebook and Twitter, whatever you want to put in there. If you only have a Facebook group, that's fine. We show you exactly what to add in there, and none of this will show up. So basically, guys, it's just a great way to track things. And I'll kind of give an example here. Let me go back to my dashboard. And then Kim, I'm going to throw you one more thing. Go ahead. What's your question?
Yeah, I just thought I'd ask you a couple of these questions since you're on that. Somehow I lost my video.
You mean what I was just showing you?
No. And no, I'm sorry. So Jen wanted to know if you can upload a ton of people at the same time, which if it's my understanding, as long as you use the spreadsheet that you have available on the site, you can upload a lot of people at one time, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. If you go to the, if you're in the Facebook group, guys, go to your pinned post. And then there's a link that says all AP videos. It's actually a little short link. It's also in the help desk, but there's a video, how to import your SOC customers or your contacts. And it's a short video, and I show you exactly, you're just copying and pasting names, first name, last name, email addresses, and telephone numbers. You put it in the spreadsheet, you click one button, and you import it right into the system. So these are people, either your send out cards customers or people that you have a relationship with. Not lists that you buy, not genealogy lists or anything else like that, but people you have a relationship. This is not one of those cold spammer system things, okay? This is a very professional system that you import people that know who you are, that when you email them, because the system will detect if you try to put a bogus list in there. That's a bad thing for the entire system. So, okay, go ahead, Kim. What else?
Okay, yeah, there was another question. Can you send, I'm sorry, let me find it. Can you send a contact multiple campaigns over a period of time? And you can do that, yes?
Well, you can, but here's the deal. We have two campaigns that are made for a bulk send, okay? We have the Reconnect campaign, and then that's your first touch, or we have the one specifically for send out cards customers. Now, the Reconnect campaign you can use for any contacts. Now, the reason I say Reconnect, Dean and Carolyn G. Alamas, brand new executives, they imported 310 customers in their system last month. And they sent the Reconnect campaign. Within 24 hours, they had 31 appointments set. 24 hours, 31 appointments from that one email campaign. Then we have people that actually, we had Melissa Barlock. She actually sent out also that same Reconnect campaign. That was to around 600 customers. I think she said she had 35 appointments set up within the first 24 hours. Now, guys, these are folks that have been in with send out cards for a while. You might only have 10 or 20 or 30 customers, but that's okay. You know what? That's why you continue to add people to your database. 1 to 2 people a day, 3 to 4 days a week, people you meet, people you talk to online. Brian Perez had a good email, a good post he did last week. He had 600 people, individual people in 1 week. He was just reaching out to people, say, hey, I have a brand new blog on Relationship Marketing Weekly. I said, hey, I'd love to send that to you. Could you send me your email address? People were sending them email address left and right. Why is that? Because he has a really good relationship and people know him, like him, and trust him. So there's a lot of people out there that know you, that like you, that trust you, that if you approach them the right way, it'll be a very easy way to add people to your database and then expose them to that weekly newsletter.
Okay, yeah, that kind of segues into this other question that Beth asked. She said, do you add people without asking them if it's okay?
I would probably say, well, if you have a personal relationship, that's one thing. If you have a personal relationship with these people and they know who you are, add them. Okay, put them on a spreadsheet, import them into a group. Follow my video. Follow my video. I show you how to add people into a group because you when you import them, you're going to tag them with it would be like 1-15-18 personal import. And what you would do before you send them anything, you would send them the Reconnect email, because it's a simple email saying, hey, it's been a while since we talked. Let's connect. You have time for a call this week. You have then let them know you've sent them an email, and you have now sent them an email. So that the next week, we actually make that available, that email available, the newsletter, Thursday through Saturday. You can go ahead and send them that email. More than likely, if you have a relationship with them and you've already touched them one time with the system, you won't get any major complaints or anything else like that. If people want to unsubscribe, they'll unsubscribe, and that's no big deal. But as far as just putting people in there you don't know, probably not the best strategy. However, if you reach out to them and say, hey, would you be open to me sending some information on relationship marketing? That's the Relationship Marketing Weekly, the newsletter. That would be that little campaign that I showed you right at the last there.
Okay, perfect. And then Melanie, there was one other question. Melanie had a question about under user information, what is add email name and what is it used for?
User information. I'm not sure what you mean, Melanie.
So when you log into your account, where your little your picture is, and go into my profile, at the very top it says user information. That's where it's got your first name, your last name, your email, that kind of stuff, your personalized URL. And then there's an area right above the user ID that says add email name.
Melanie, were you on the beta?
No.
Okay. Let me show y'all what that means. Add email name. That is when you sign up for Appreciation Pal. Let me just Appreciation. That is actually your identifier, because you create your own personal email. Let me just show. This is actually kind of a good little tutorial right here. So when you go to appreciationpalsystem.com, you would simply click Get Started. Now, guys, what it's going to ask you for, it's going to ask you for your how do you sign up with Send Out Cards. Now, everybody signs up with their username and their password. Let me see if I have to be logged out of my account. So I sign up personally. I sign up with my distributor number because I signed up so long ago. So I go 16082, and then I put in my my password, which is 1234556. Just kidding. And then by the way, see this video? Watch this video before you do what I'm about to do, and it explains everything to you. Click Next Step. What this does, this verifies that you're a Send Out Cards distributor. Melanie, where you ask, this is setting up your add email name. This is where you would set up. This is an email. When the system sends out an email, this is your system email. So right here, my email name is Bart. Let's just say there's another Bart out there. He tried to sign up. He wouldn't be able to use that because that's already my email name. So I'd say put your last name in there. So that's all you would put right here. But that's all that is, Melanie. That is your add email name. That is what's in front of @apalmail.com. And the reason we have that, because this is a massive email system. It's a lot of techie stuff, but it actually helps the delivery of emails. And then this see add email name right there. That's what shows up right here. And then of course your account email. That's how you log in, and that's where you would receive notifications from right there. But guys, what this is going to be from your Send Out Cards account. See right here, when I sign up for Send Out Cards, I use my business phone, so I'd want to change that. So this is basically what you would do to set up your system when you sign up for your account. And then sometimes people use an email from years ago. It's not a primary email. the email right here, this needs to be your best email that you know you get emails from every single time. And then you would just put your payment information in and click create account. Did that help out, Melanie? I'm sure she's sat there. No, Bart, you didn't.
Yes, that's perfect. That was, I get caught up in details I probably shouldn't, but that was bothering me. But now I know. So thank you.
But did 50,000 people reach out to you and Greg and talk about the newsletter we sent out last week?
Oh, tons. No, that was awesome. Yeah, thank you.
People.
Yep.
What other questions do we have?
Actually, that is all the questions that anybody chatted in about. There was one other question about from Janie, who asked me before you got on, that section you were just in where the email is. Can you change that email? Like you said, you might be using an old email for your send-out-card system.
Oh, yeah, right here. Yeah, you can change it right here before you sign up, but after you sign up, you can change it as well. So if I wanted to change this to thank you, Bart, at gmail.com, I could.
Okay.
And by the way, guys, you can actually change your like, see this over here? You can actually change this. So if I wanted to put Ratliff, I could. And then once I say this, that'll become Bart Ratliff at apalmail.com. However, you don't want to do that. You only want to do it. You don't want to mess with that. Once you create it, once you start using the system, you want to leave it as is. But so I'm not going to save any of that.
Right.
One thing I encourage you to do when you sign up. A lot of us have usernames, like sendoutcards.com / I'm a superstar eagle. I'm a superstar eagle, or I'm a card sending master. Everybody comes in with these really cute little boutique names to put after sendoutcards.com. When you're choosing your email, stick to being first name at apalmail.com, first name, last name at apalmail.com. Because no matter what you put in there, when they receive the email, it's going to be from your first and last name, how your account is labeled. So getting all fancy and with your email name, I recommend not to do that, because if somebody happened to look at it, sometimes it may not be as professional as leveraging your first name, last name, or your first name dot last name. Okay.
Got it. Okay. Perfect. So I know that Jordan's call is coming up. We probably all want to get on there. Nice. Hey, I have to tell you something. That sign that's behind your right shoulder there, I have that same exact sign hanging in front of me.
You're kidding. Is that not the coolest thing in the world? Oh my God. Thank you so much. I'm glad you noticed it. That's from my great, great friends, Casey from high school, and her and all her good girlfriends came out to Vegas a few months ago, and they made me take them out and have a good time. I was so disappointed, but anyway, they brought me that because in my previous place, my walls it's pretty much a bachelor pad, and luckily I actually have stuff. I have bling now in my new place here in Salt Lake City. So, but they were not happy that I still lived as a bachelor all these years. So
nice.
It means a lot to me. That's why I have it sitting there. I'd like to hang it up maybe on that wall right there, but I'm so glad that you had that. It's cool.
I know. I love it. Now, there's one other question from Mark. Do you receive email from the apalmail.com address?
Yeah. Well, actually, you don't receive it from APAL Mail. It's actually forwarded to you. So now if you opt in, if you add your own personal email in there, you will. But no, what happens when somebody emails it, it's actually forwarded right to you. I'm trying to think if it actually comes from APAL Mail. I know I get them just because if I was anybody on this call, first thing I would do, I would add your own first name and last name and email address and phone number and send yourself every single one of those campaigns. That way you experience what the campaigns are. You see what they are. And by the way, guys, a lot of those campaigns, if they don't open that first email, 48 hours later, they're sent a second email. So the system knows if they don't open it. So they'll send sometimes a second or a third email just until they open it. And one thing I always do is say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and add you to my system. I said, sometimes it might go to spam or your trash, so you might want to, so do me a favor. I'm going to send you this email right now. Please check that you received it, and then add me to your contact manager. Now, we have an extremely very effective system. Most emails are delivered very, very high delivery rate the way we set it up, because this is what we do. So, but every now and then you will lose one to spam. I think AT&T.net, that's a tough one. We have a difficult time with those guys, but that's like 0.001% of all emails out there. But that's something, if somebody said they didn't get it, just say, hey, do a search. It might be in your spam or your junk. So that's just the way email services are sometimes.
Do you have a percentage of how many lands in spam or junk or anything? Or
I have no idea, but we are way, 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 way above average, because we spend a lot of time. We work with a company called, this is techie stuff, SendGrid, but we also have another service that we actually verify emails. When you add an email, we actually spend money and verify that it's a good email. That's what helps our email integrity, and that's what keeps our delivery way up. That's also why we don't allow people to import bogus that list. You can buy like 10,000 genealogy for a nickel from a company that was around 20 years ago. That stuff is garbage. Don't fool with that. So that's why we're so strict on our policies. Don't import cold list or purchase list or realtor list or things like that, unless you have a relationship with them. Doesn't mean you can't add them one at a time and be sure to, hey, touch base with them. Hey, I'd love to send you some information that would help you do your business better. I mean, they know it's coming.
Right. Now, I have one other question for you. So when I first started using it, I added somebody in there who I recently met, and I didn't want to send him one of the formatted emails, the pre-made ones. So I just copied the link from one of the relationship marketing videos that I wanted him to see. I added it in my own personal email and sent it to him. Now, I did have him in Appreciation Pal, and it actually did, even though it came from my email, it did track him clicking on that link and opening and going to my website and everything. That is true, right? Like if I sent it from my...
Well, actually, that's actually kind of surprising they did that. What they might have done, they might, when they go to your website, if they click the link, it is then actually tagged to that device and they are in your profile. So now it will track what they click in the feature. Won't track if they open the email, but if they click everything, if the email's within your contact manager within Appreciation Pal, it will track their activity. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Okay, Jen is asking, when prospects working their way up warmer, what's the next step? An appointment to get started?
Great question. Look, guys, one of the things about this is a relationship building system. It is not like, you heard, well, somebody goes, look at your opportunity video, you need to follow up with them right away. Well, this is not what this is. This is an email to develop your brand as somebody that knows their stuff in relationship marketing. So you start having people that start getting activity. They run from cold to warm to hot. You can log into the contact. Remember how you click on their name and you see all their contact information? In that blue box that you see all those little numbers, there's a little link. It says see activity. You can actually see where they're spending time. Now, one of the things I do suggest when you start seeing a lot of activity, send them a personal email and say, hey, Bob, just wanted to touch base. Hey, if you ever have any questions, let me know how I can help you. I mean, as simple as that, that is a great way to follow up. Now, if they spend all their time on, if you send them the Share SOC app or the Share SOC video and you just keep on going back to them, that's when you let them say, hey, just wanted to touch base you. I said, hey, what you like best about that video I sent you? I mean, that's a different thing because you sent them a video specifically on send out cards. But if they're going to the blog, hey, they're just eating up information. That's why we built it. Like, we put a lot of time and a lot of money into that blog, and there are a lot of great articles in there. And there you will be seeing at least 1 or 2 articles a week coming in. We just wanted to get through this initial launch program. I think we have about 60, 65 articles on it, but you'll see 1 or 2 articles, probably 4 to 6 articles a month that we'll be adding to that every single month. And it all has to do with all aspects of business, relationships, marketing. We do LinkedIn. We have all kind of stuff that's not necessarily about send out cards or sending cards, but it's good content that will benefit professionals and business owners.
That's great news. Yeah, I didn't realize you're going to be doing that many.
Oh my God, yeah. There's some pretty trick. We'll actually be doing retargeting. You know, when you go to Amazon and you look at that nice purse or those nice pair of shoes, and all of a sudden they're following you everywhere on the internet.
Right.
We'll be doing that as well. There's a couple of things that you're going to be seeing very shortly. And boy, keep your eyes on the convention because we have some really cool stuff launching on there. You know, so Cody's not the only one who had some really cool stuff he's about to launch. So, it's a work in progress.
So I have one other question. The portion where you put your picture and your profile and such, and people might click on the about page. There's this standard. Is that ever going to be? Can you personalize that ever?
No, it's not. And the reason is. There is a section within your profile. Now, guys, this is a technical question here, but there is a section in your profile where you can create your own bio. But here's the deal, Kim. Just like with the actually putting your picture within your personal profile and adding like Facebook or LinkedIn, there's still a percentage of people that will never do that. So what we want to do, we want that to be kind of, and we are going to rewrite that. There's a few things that you're going to be seeing on Appreciation Pal blog that's going to change from the way we originally did it when we were developing it over the last year and a half. It's going to be a lot stronger, it's not going to be as fluff. It's not going to have as much fluff, and there's going to be a little bit more focused on business, on getting more customers, on retaining your customers, things like that. It's going to be a little bit stronger language for business professionals. This was just the way we originally had done it. But the reason we do that, let's just say, like Kim, you might have 3 paragraphs on your bio. Then somebody else might say, I'm a send out cards distributor. Okay, when we have a lot of people, organic traffic coming in there, if they click on that about page, no matter whose page it is, we want it to look somewhat professional. And hopefully people have their profile picture. Because guys, if you don't have your profile picture on there, it's going to be a big giant picture of a gray silhouette. And that looks awful. That does not look professional. And the chances are nobody's going to reach out to you and ask you how to help them build their business, how to get more referrals, how to get more leads as a real estate agent, as an insurance professional. So take the time to put a professional looking picture in there, not one with your... Now, I'm not targeting anybody, but not one with their sunglasses or not one drinking a beer or anything like that. Greg, you do have some pretty cool pictures all year. It was fun trying to find a good picture for Greg for our Relationship Marketing Weekly because he has some great fun pictures on there. But no, it's good to have a kind of a halfway professional headshot there where you're looking good, where you're looking sharp, looking professional. Do not put pictures of your dogs or your cats. Not professional. And, but I mean, it's totally up to you, but we really want to try to get people, no one ever accused Greg of what? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. I had a recruiter call me after watching Greg's video, and he's not only is he upgrading to become a distributor, he upgraded for a marketing bundle, but he is the primary recruiter for 2 major companies. And he watched that video, and that's why he's upgrading to become a distributor again. Thank you so much, Greg.
There you go. Woohoo! It really does work. So,
oh my God!
Yeah, Jen wanted to know if there's ever going to be able to send. Can we ever send cards through Appreciation Pal?
I'm not sure. I don't know anything.
I saw that smirk. All right, we'll have to wait on that.
A lot of things that you're going to be able to do with Appreciation Pal. Wouldn't it be cool if somebody opted into a campaign, they received an email, then 4 days later they received a thank you card? Wouldn't that be cool if a system?
Oh, that would be very cool.
There's a lot of things that you're going to be seeing in the near future, and I'm not going to telecast anything or kind of, but there's a lot of things that she'll be able to deal with it. And I know a lot of people know about the a professional business product that Cody's talked about at the Promptings Academy, because I know we were all down there.
Right.
A lot of integration is going to be happening for the professional market, and this is a CRM. So yes, that is a great idea, Jen.
Awesome. Yes. Okay. Well, I don't want to keep any longer. I'm sure some people might want to get on Jordan's call, even though we're 10 minutes behind. But
yeah, shot. We have a pretty good sticker right here. I guess I wasn't too boring.
No, not at all. Not at all. Much appreciated. I think it's great. I've just dove into it just in the last couple weeks, and the relationship marketing that went out, I think the first of January, or right after, I got several of my previous customers reach out to me, and they might have fallen off the end of the earth for the last 6 months, and now they reached out to me since they started getting those emails, and they want to get back started sending cards. So it's awesome.
Considering we're in a greeting card company and relationship market, sometimes we do drop the ball, because I've had customers for 11 years, people that are coming out of the woodworks, and I either get a new customer, a new upgrade, or a new distributor, or somebody within that I've added to my system upgrade every single week from the guys. And it's something that, frankly, I wouldn't be getting right now if I didn't have a system like this. So
right.
Super
I'm sorry. One more question from Jen. If she connects on LinkedIn to someone I don't really know, when would it be appropriate to get them on the system? Go ahead. Well, no. I've done it a few times. I have connected with some people recently, and I asked them if I can send them some information about my blog. And they, I've had people not respond at all, and I've had some people say, "Sure, I'd love to take a look at it." So I think it just depends, on your relationship with them.
Hey, here's another way to say, hey, I said, I have a blog about relationship marketing. I have a couple great articles in there that you may be interested in. I if you send me your email, I'd be happy to add you to my, I have a weekly newsletter that just provides marketing tips and case studies on professionals that use relationship marketing to build their business. I mean, that's one way of doing it. It's got to be you. It can't be me. But what I recommend, now these emails, we're working on them. We launched with a lot of these emails have changed. We're adding them, we're massaging them, we're getting a lot of feedback from the field. And so just kind of read over some of that summary, log in, just go into a contact and click that campaign preview and read each of those emails, and then say, okay, what would I say to somebody if I said this is what this email will say when I add them to this campaign. You gotta think and come up with, how would you introduce this campaign to somebody? Say, hey, I'd love to share with you this cool. You like cool apps? Hey, I'd love to share this cool app with you. It's send out cards. Let me send you a link within the email. Number one, when you click on that link, it'll have a short video. It's about a minute long. If you like what you see, click the download link that's on that page. And if you do that, you'll actually be able to send a free card on me. And then once a week, I send out a cool email for tips and case studies on relationship marketing that you may find of value. Right there, that's the way you actually reward them for giving you their email, where they can send a free card. Plus, you're going to give them incredible content to serve them in whatever the business they're in.
Perfect. Thank you.
There's your script. Who asked for the script? There's your script right there.
I know. I'm so glad we're recording.
Transcribe that bad boy. I'll send it to my girl Pixie that transcribes all my relationship marketing weekly. She loves me. She does a lot of work for me on these transcriptions.
Nice. Well, I'm just going to real quickly unmute everybody if anybody wants to just say bye and thank you. And we appreciate you, Bart.
My pleasure. My God, I guess we'll be seeing everybody in Phoenix this weekend, right? Y'all gonna make the trip across the country?
I wish we could, actually.
Yeah, I will be in Houston though for the Houston PA. So I don't know.
Melanie, there's no surprise there. We'll go. I'll be coming in early. I have a lot of rowdy folks that are going to be there. It looks like I have 2 extra rowdy ones now. So
awesome. Thank you, Bart, so much for your time and sharing this with us. And you've just done an amazing job with this product. And if you guys aren't using it yet, I would highly recommend that you do so, because he's put together an amazing product for us here. So thank you, Bart, so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thanks, Bart. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Cam, like it. Tell big Lincoln hello for me.
Okay.
Where's he at?
He's flying the friendly skies.
Flying. Oh, outstanding. Oh my God. That reminds me, I still have to pack for a 6-day road trip. I have to be out of here at 4:30 tomorrow morning. So actually 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely.
No sleep for the weary.
You may as well stay up.
Good
Good night.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.